So yesterday I discussed the reimagined Chibi 3.1, but while I was doing that, I completely forgot this really cool new feature that I implemented that, whoops, now I need to tell you about it. So in Chibi 3.1, this feature that I introduced is a fantastic feature for maybe somebody who is a copywriter, or like you've got lots of different things that you write about, but product descriptions and things like that kind of come to mind pretty easily for me when I'm trying to think of an example of what this would help solve. And what it is it's part of the global variables, and it's one of the more advanced features of Chibi, but this use case is actually pretty simple. So I'm going to showcase this for you. And first I'm going to go to the content lab. I'm just going to show you that there's nothing in here. There's nothing pre-staged. I don't have any content to show or click or anything. There's nothing that Chibi would do to write. And let's pretend that I have a product that I need to write about, and that product I'm gonna write about it, but it's going to be from my product descriptions global variables template. So if I click here, I have two global variables template. One is disabled, that's why it's faded like that. And then this one's called product descriptions. So I'm gonna go in there, and if you have experience with Chibi, you'll know that this template editor kind of looks a little different right now. And that's because this type of template, a global variables template, doesn't need to have the tuning lab where you would fill it in with a bunch of content to help Chibi write for you. This is a different kind of helpful feature. So what I got here is the variable birdie, square braces variable, by the way, and the different types of variables. I'm not going to go into those in this video. I just want to showcase this to show you how cool it is. So I got this fictitious product, and apparently now there's actually a real one, but back in the day, in the AI Content Dojo days, I would use this as my example product that I would use to kind of showcase different capabilities of these AI writers. And so Birdie is a revolutionary backyard bird feeder that's got a 360 degree camera and an award-winning squirrel-proof design, and so on and so on. And really, you could put as much in there as you wanted to kind of fill in a proper product description. But for now, that's what I'm going to put in here. And so what's happening here is that all this content that's to the right of this pipe symbol or vertical line, whatever you want to call that, is being kind of stuffed inside of this variable, so to speak. And what I'm going to then do is I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. And I'm going to leave here and go back to my content lab. And I'm just going to paste that right here into my topic. And what you think is going to happen is what's going to happen is when I hit this right button now, Chibi's going to know that product description because he's going to get the content out of this variable. So I'm going to run this, and he's going to write a little introduction to the, or a seed to this article. And there we go. It's about bird feeders, captivating beautiful colors. Yeah. There we go. And if you didn't like the output, of course, you could rerun it and change it up, change different modes and stuff, but maybe even change up your product description. But what I really wanted to show you was that you can use variables inside of your content brief now. And what that does is, let's say you've got 10 different products. This one was Birdie, but if I go back to this template, to the product descriptions, I got Birdie. I can just copy this and drop it down, and I could even have Birdie 2. Like if I have two different descriptions, I can change this one up, or I can have just different products. But basically the gist is that I'm using the product, pipe, and then the description. And that description would go on, until you were done describing your product. And it has to remain together, by the way. So like if you did something like this where it was Birdie, and then you went down a line and you continued with more, and you expected that content to be a part of that variable, it would not be. The line breaks is what separates the variables. So keep them together like that if you wanted to have more content inside of that variable. But yeah, that's the feature. It was just something I had totally forgot to bring up when I was discussing, the Chibi 3.1 reimagined. So if you are a copywriter and you've got a lot of different products that you need to work on at any given time, you can come into here. In this case, I'm talking about product descriptions because that's what I named my template. And these variables can be anything you want them to be. It doesn't have to be the word birdie. They are case sensitive, so be careful with that. But you could just, if you had product descriptions you're working on, or maybe product features and benefits and things like that, you can pack them all into variables, and then you can use them in various places inside of Chibi, inside your templates and things like that. So that's one of the superpowers of Chibi. Is one of the really, really advanced things. And we're building courses to help you learn more about that. But I just wanted to showcase this because I think I've seen on the web somewhere where somebody was asking for a feature like this, and I was like, oh, Chibi can do that. So I needed to get that out there. So that's everything, and I hope that you'll check it out and let me know what you think of it. And if you're not in the Chibi community yet, definitely go down into the description of this video and click on that link and join the Chibi community. Over there, we're collaborating with creators. You can be a Chibi user, you can not be a Chibi user. The idea of the community is not just to support Chibi users. It's going to be where we share all kinds of cool techniques and strategies for creating successful content online and keeping it modern with what changes over the web, especially with that helpful content update from Google. We'll be discussing that and ways to not have to worry about it, even though you're using an AI tool. All right. Hope to see you in there. And until next time, take care.